you're an Etsy seller or a creator looking to upscale your product course, this video is for you. Before now, I would have recommended Shopify hands down in setting up your online store, but not anymore. There's a game-changing tool that revolutionizes the way creators manage and set up their online store. And ever since I discovered this tool, sellers are ditching Shopify for this game-changing tool I'm about to talk about. And I know you're eager to hear this. So come closer, because in this tutorial I'll be spilling everything from the basics to the advanced stuffs. So the big question is what's this tool that is 10x better than Shopify I've been talking about since? If you guess that correctly, the answer is Everbee. Everbee has long been a go-to platform for Etsy sellers, offering powerful services like product research, email marketing, and SEO optimization. But the reason why I'm deciding to talk about Everbee today is because they have actually taken a massive leap to introduce Everbee stores that changes the way creators create their online stores. Everbee is designed for creators like you and me who are looking to upscale and build an online store without complex setups. And in this tutorial, I will teach you on how you can get comfortable with Everbee. Moving into the second session where I will show you guys on how you can use Everbee AI built-in feature to build your online store without no stress. Then for Etsy sellers, I'll be showing how you can easily import your Etsy listings directly into Everbee store. That's really crazy. And by the end of this tutorial, trust me, because you'll be having a professional online store that is up and running, that is optimizable for sales. So what are you waiting for? Let's jump right in. But wait, before that, I want you to actually drop a comment if you're watching this, because so many people might watch this video and decide to scroll away without making any commitment to actually use Everbee to build up a store. So make this a commitment by dropping in the comment section that I will build my online store today, because that's what we are going to be doing. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Before I show you how to build up your own personal store in Everbee, let's do some real life comparison so you can see more reasons why you should use Everbee today. If you're an Etsy seller, you might want to hear this. Let's talk about pricing. If you're using Etsy, you and I can both agree that you pay a minimum of 20 cents to list just one product. I know you might be saying 20 cents is literally worthless, but think about it in the other way around. But what if you have up to 200 to 300 products to list on the long run? Now calculate that's real money. On Etsy, you pay a transaction fee of 6.5% of every sale you make on your product. We're not even talking about the ads aspect, where you have to pay money to get your product seen in the midst of 1,000 other products. But on Everbee, things are quite different because you just get to pay once and you are settled for the whole of the month. And the best part about this is that you don't even get to pay any 20 cents or 10 cents to list your product. You can list 1,000, 2,000 products at a go without paying a dime. Are you talking about transaction fee? Because I've actually put that on check, that they don't even actually deduct anything from each sale you make. So Everbee is just there to watch you grow while you're advancing in making sales. But on Etsy, the more you advance and sell more products, the more money you are making for the platform called Etsy. So you can see the comparison, but wait, let's look at the flip side of using Everbee. If you know the way Etsy runs, you will know that Etsy puts you in the crowd of 1,000 other like products, which makes competition kind of high. But again, on Everbee, it's different. You are literally in charge of your product. You don't really need to care about competition because you are the one that pulls in lead to what people want to see on your product. Your product is not really advertising so many other products just like Etsy. It's just you and your product and how you draw leads to that particular product to make sales. Do you not get the gist of why you should consider using Everbee? But wait, let's just take one more comparison before we move into creating our online store, which is look. I don't mean you should look at me, I mean customization, because on Etsy every other store looks alike. There's nothing that differentiates you and other product providers. Because one thing I've come to understand is this, that for you to make more sales, you have to really stand out and do things that other people are not doing. But on Everbee, it gives you the leverage to customize your store to what best fits your preference. So after all this, let's move on into the best part on how you can use Everbee to create your online store. To get started with Everbee, you head on to their website, everbee.io. When you come here, I don't know about you though, but I'm really in love with this website design. The color combination, the hierarchy, and how they managed to fit in all these lengthy informations in a clean layout. But that's not what I'm here for, but I just decided to talk about how nice their website is looking. So for us to get started with Everbee stores, you head to their product and click it. So when you come here, you will see all the services they are offering under Everbee stores. So like I said in the intro, Everbee is into email marketing, product research, SEO optimization, and so on. But what really has drawn me to talk about Everbee today is Everbee stores. So let's go ahead to click that. But before that, if you don't have an account, you can quickly sign up for one, or if you already have, you can just sign in into your account. So let's click this Everbee stores and see what's going on here. So before we create our own online store, let's take a look at what an actual Everbee store looks like. So you click this see it in action, and you will see this case study store that Everbee has built using Everbee store, and everything starting from the hero section down to the footer was built fully on Everbee store. As a website designer, I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing, because on first impression on this store, nobody needs to tell you that this store sells something related to candles, right? Because on the hero section, you will see this video that is playing here, and you can see candles on the background. Even before reading the hero section text, I can see candles on the background, which is giving me this feel that this store sells candles. Going to the second section is where all your products are being displayed. You can see how neat and how arranged everything is. When I was talking about Etsy, I was saying that your product is not the only product that is being displayed on your store, because other people's products are being displayed. If I should take a look at Etsy marketplace, you can notice something that these are different sellers. You can see Play Nice, Woody Toys, and you have Devil Studio and whatever it is there. You can see here that all these are different customers advertising their product. But on Everbee store, you will see that the only products that are advertised on your store are your products, not other people's products. So let's see the detailed page of each of those products, what it looks like. It's a very simple setup. You have the image here, the name of the product, the price, the quantity. If you want to add like 2 more, you can just click the plus, 3 more. If you want a better view of what the product looks like, you can just simply click it and it will lead to the enlarged state. So I'm going to cancel this, and you can also add to cart. So if I should go for like 3, let's just go with 2 products for now, then add to cart, automatically you can see that the product has been added to the cart. So this is what the cart page looks like. If I want to continue shopping, I can just click this, but this is a case study site. It's not going to lead us to pay for any product. You also have all this menu to other pages like the about us. You can see this is a full-blown website store. Everything is neatly arranged. You have the brand vision, the mission, brand value, customer connections. Like everything has been placed in order of hierarchy. After showing you the basic expectations of using Everbee stores, let's go into the main deal on how to use Everbee to create your own stores. When you create your own account or you sign in into your account, you'll be redirected to this page. For you to access Everbee, you click this column at the top here, and you see these 3 sections. One is for Everbee research, the second one is for Everbee email, and the last one, which is what we are going for, is Everbee stores. So I'm going to click that. These are the 3 ways of which you can use to build your own store. The first one we're going to be trying out is using Everbee AI built-in feature to create our online store. After that, like I said in the intro, I will show you on how you can import your Etsy listings directly into Everbee. The last option here allows you to migrate your store from Wix Studio directly into Everbee. I don't make use of Wix, so I don't really know much about this, so I'm not just going to be dwelling on that. So let's start with the first one, which is creating our online store with Everbee AI. I'll click the first one, get started now. You'll be redirected to this page where you type in the prompt of how you want your store to look like. But if you watch my tutorials, you will know that I don't really like stress. So I'm going to be using AI, ChatGPT, for this prompt, of which I've already done. So the prompt I imputed here was write a prompt to create an online store I can use to sell my digital framer course on Everbee AI. So after running that, this is what it gave us. We are simply going to be copying it. I think this one is okay. Let's just Ctrl-C it and head back to Everbee. This is where I will paste it, and let's do some filtering because there's some things that don't really align here, which is this second section that talks about short description of what the student will learn. So I'm going to simply wipe out this custom cursor because I don't really need any animation on this Everbee store. So we're good to go. If you look down here, you see other suggestions that Everbee AI has brought out for us to choose, but I really want to use the one I copied from ChatGPT. But if you feel any of this prompt fit your preference, you can just click any one and run that. So the next thing is to run this prompt and wait for Everbee AI to do the magic. As you can see, it's creating our full store backend, generating legal pages. We are just going to wait till it finishes this whole processes. As you can see, minor of seconds because I had to time it to check the response rate of this Everbee AI, and it didn't even waste up to 1 minute. So we have this clean layout here. There are no products imputed here. That's why you see this empty inactive state of the product section. On the top right here is where you get to see what it looks like on mobile. So this is what it looks like if I'm viewing it from my mobile phone. After putting this in check, I'll head on to the next section. This is where we choose the color layout or the font that we want on this store. So I'll head on to this color layout and let's just choose. So I think I'll just go with this last color scheme. Moving down to the font, this is the present font that is used on this store. Then if you want to change it to maybe this Roboto, you can just do that and automatically it switches on the Everbee stores. The last section here, which is corner radius, allows you to choose whether you want this button here to be cornered all round or you want it to be sharp. But I don't really like it sharp like this, so I'm just going to round the corners of the button. So we have something smooth like this, and this will appear anywhere on the design that we have a sharp button. As you can see here, all the buttons now are rounded. I'll head on to the next section by clicking go to dashboard. But by clicking that, it will lead you to the price table to choose a plan to buy. As you can see here, the essential plan costs $29 per month, and you just have to pay $1 for the first month. Looking at the key features, you get to publish one online store, additional online store for $20 a month, unlimited products. So if you are using Etsy, this is a difference that kind of separates Etsy and Everbee. Because on Etsy, I think you pay a minimum of 20 cents to list a product. But on Everbee, everything is covered under this essential plan. Heading down to the key features on their website, you will see all these features that all together sum up to $900 per month. But the best part about it is that you only get to pay just $1 for the first month. So if you think this is a good choice, check the link in the description to get started with Everbee. So I'm just going to pay for the essential plan for now, which is $1. So after settling that, let's complete our store creation. So I'm going to click go to dashboard. So this is just like the back end of your store. I don't really know much about coding, but I know for sure that for you to create like a back end of a site, it takes a lot of time and resources for the developer. But on Everbee, I think everything has just been rearranged for you. So here we can see the URL for our page. If we copy this and we run it on our search engine, it will redirect to our design that we are still creating. So here is where you can edit the business info. So I'm just going to edit this. So I'm going to change the site name to something like praise tutorial. Then the site's language here is English by default. So the default currency for this store is US dollars. Heading on to the business information. Based on the information you filled out when creating an account, your email has automatically been filled in here for you. So you can just fill out these fields here to set up your store. Then the last section here is if you want to like deactivate your website. So just make sure you know what you're doing if you are clicking this button, because the moment we click like reset website, everything we have created so far will be deleted. So we don't want that. Let's just hit cancel. Going to the other menus at the top right here is where you can set a domain. You can add like a subdomain that's been provided for you by Everbee. So like I said, this should be praise tutorial. So when we copy this URL, the name of the site will be praise tutorial, then the subdomain will be myeverbee.com. So if I was to create like a new tab around the URL, you will see something like this. I expected so because we have not yet published the site. But if you have an actual domain, maybe from GoDaddy, you can simply connect that domain and it automatically connects to the store we are creating. Heading down to the third setting is where you can actually set up a payment gateway for your site. So you can integrate Stripe into your store for receiving payment in case people buy that product you are selling. Then the second to the last option here is where you can add your shipping method if it's a physical product. But since we are dealing on a digital product, I don't think we really need to set up anything here. Now the last tab here is the advanced state to allow you to add tracking pixels to your site. So heading back to the dashboard, down here is where you can find analysis for your store to check how your store is actually doing when visitors are viewing it. So here it says total visitors, conversion rate, sales, revenue, and so many other analysis for you to know exactly what is going on your store. Heading on to this place, which says orders and customers. This is where you see all the orders if people are buying the product you are selling, and all the shipping, your customers, everything will appear here. Going to the third menu here allows you to see all the products presently on your store, but right now we don't have any product. So I'm going to show you right now how you can add a product to your store. So first step, you click the add product. I'm going to fill out this bunch of fields here. For the product title, I'll be going with Framer Masterclass. For the description, this is where we explain the product we're about to sell. So as usual, I'll head back to ChatGPT and copy this description I did right here. Ctrl C, head back to our store description and paste it there. Heading down to this third menu here, which says attach digital product. Since it's a digital product that we are selling, let's just toggle this on. So what this means is that if there's any link you want to pass on to the person buying it after payment, this is where you have to impute that link. So if it's a link to a course or a link to a video, you can just simply impute the link here. So if it's not a link but a file, you can simply switch it to file. Then here you'll be allowed to attach a file to it. So I'm simply going to toggle this off because I'm not really going to be imputing any link there. Then if you have like a video or a photo you want to attach to this product, you can simply upload one here. Let me just upload one as a case study. So let me just do this, open. Then if you have more image or videos to attach to the product, you can be allowed to click that and upload a new one. After putting all this in check, you head to the right hand side. This is where we select a category that explains the product we're about to sell. So it's something related to digital. So I'm going to type in digital if I can see anything like that. So you can choose any of these that describes your product. So let me look for the one that I think that will suit the product I'm about to sell. So I'm going to go with digital goods and currency and add category to product. Then for the product visibility, of course I want it to be visible to the public, but in case if you don't want that, you can just put it to private or unlisted. But I don't think this should be a section here because we're here to make sales, so there's no need to like put our products either on private or unlisted. So let me just put that back on public. Once you're done setting up all the stuff, you simply click the next button. I'll simply turn off this toggle that says add variant. So this is what I'm looking for. This is where we are going to be typing in the quantity of this product. So since it's a digital product, we can even add like 1000 units to it. So we can add a starting price, let's just say $20. Then if you want to create like a hype to make people to buy this product, we can just simply type like a previous price of $100. So whoever is seeing this product will know that this price was $100 and now I'm getting it for $20. So to make the person to choose to buy this course right now, that is still $20. So the cost per item is simply going to be the same $20 that we put on the current price. After doing all this, you simply click the next button. This additional infos allows you to optimize the product on the search engine. So if you have more tags you want to attach to this product to make it feel more visible on the search engine, we are simply going to be typing that in here. So all the tags that relate to a digital product or framework course, we are going to be inputting it there. But in this case, we don't want to waste much time. So I'm going to be clicking create product. As you can see here, you have successfully added your product. Then to lead you to set up a Stripe, but for now we are not really going to be setting up any payment gateway. So I'm just going to be going with save anyway. Then if I should go back to the product, you can now see the new product we just added, and the product status here says published. So if we're to preview this site, previewing this, you will now see the first product we have created on our store. So like I said, this is what I was trying to explain before. So the previous price here is showing $100 and the present price is showing $20. So let's see what the detailed page of this product looks like. So I'm going to be clicking this. So you see how easy it is to set up a product, because what I'm saying here is really in person. So everything we have added from the back end has been automated on the front end, because we didn't even need to check if we have designed the index page of the product. Everything has been automated for you. So the description that we inputted, if we were to do this, you will see all the description that we added on the back end. Then if I want to add this to cart to continue purchasing this product, I can simply click the add to cart and everything is just responsive. Because if I were to go to the cart page, you can see the new product we added. So if I was to continue paying for this product, I can simply click continue shopping, but it won't redirect us to pay for anything. So heading back to the backend state, if you want to add more product, you simply click add more products. It's just that simple. Moving down to the setting which says marketing. This is where you can set up an email automation on your store. Take for example, if I want to set up an email campaign to new users who are seeing my product, I can simply set up that here. Or maybe to customers who has purchased before and I want them to purchase more, I can simply keep them in touch by setting up an email automation. Moving down to this menu which says designer, this is where we customize our site. So this is where we give a finishing touch to the store we are creating. So this will help you to customize and set up your store to how you want it to be. Take for example, I want to change some things on the hero section. I can simply click the hero section menu here. The first section here which says opacity controls the video that is playing on the background. So if I don't want this video or I don't want it too bright like this, I can reduce the opacity to somewhere around here. So you can see it. Then if I should reduce it down to 0, you know that we are not going to be seeing anything. But in most cases, if you don't want the video on the hero section, you can simply delete it. Then if you want to upload a video of your choice or image of your choice, you can simply switch these two toggles here. This one is for video, the other one here is for images. Then if you want to change the text on the hero section, you can do that here. So we can just write out something like Freema Masterclass. Then this here is for the subtitle of the hero section. So all this allows you to customize your site. So if I want to go down to the product, this will control how I want this product section to be. Moving down to this section which says brain. I love this aspect of Everbee because this acts as your own personal AI assistant. So if there's anything you did like to ask about your store, you can simply type in the prompt here and this AI will answer you in real time. Then when you're done setting up the back end of your store and you feel it's time to publish, you head down to the designer menu and click the builder. Then it will lead you to that tab that we use in customizing our design. So after you feel like everything is ready to go, you simply click the publish button right here and your site goes live in real time. So this is how easy it is to set up your own online store using Everbee AI. So let's talk about importing your Etsy listings into Everbee. So to import your Etsy listings, you head back to the main menu here. Down your store, we are simply going to add a new store. So to redirect to this page to choose how we want to create the new store. So like I said, we are going to be importing our Etsy listings. But the issue is that I don't really have an Etsy listing on Etsy. I only have an Etsy account. So I'm just going to be selecting get started for now. Then it will redirect you to sign in into your Etsy account. So I'm just simply going to sign in into mine. Then after then, it will redirect you to Etsy to grant this access for Everbee to access your listing. So I'm going to grant access. When we do that, on the left hand side is where we select a template for our online store that we're about to create. So I'm simply going to go with this. Let me see what this looks like. Okay, this looks nice. So I'm going to click next. Then to ask you this, since I'm not using Printify, I'm simply going to say no I don't and click next. Then same way it was creating our online store on the AI feature, that's the same way to replicate on this. So after everything has been customized, it's still looking like how we're creating it from the AI menu. So you still have your breakpoint here for it to see what it looks like on mobile. Then when you're done with this, you simply go to your dashboard to access the back end of your store. On the product aspect here, if I had any listings on Etsy, everything is going to be displayed here in real time. But like I said, I don't have an Etsy listings. I just had to create an Etsy account to show you guys on how to connect your Etsy to your Everbee. So this is everything for this tutorial. If you'd like to get started with Everbee, check the link in the description and that will guide you through everything you need to know. So until next time, keep designing guys and don't forget to subscribe.